What exactly is a red herring? Let me just tell you a way to think about it slightly differently, slightly more clearly, I would say. Because red herring, was it? A red fish, okay. Think about it like this. It's going to be much more clear. Let's say you've got a revelation in a story. Something happens, whether it's a mystery or any sort of plot twist. There's a revelation. Let's just say, let's go with something simple. Someone was behind the thing all along. And the idea of a red herring, is to try and make it seem like they weren't behind the thing all along. So when you have this revelation, if you were the audience and you were to see this revelation take place and you go, oh, they were behind the thing all along, there's two reactions that they can have, and it can happen simultaneously as well. That's surprising, because before I thought that they wouldn't have been all along, behind it all along, because of X, Y, and Z. The second reaction is, oh, but it's not very surprising actually, because I did see them do this and I did see that happen, and so on and so forth. So, but those two things can happen at the same time. You can be surprised and not surprised at the same time. So when there's this revelation, you want to think back, you want to look back throughout the story, and you want to think about all the signs and all of the events and little things that might have suggested that this thing was the case all along. Little subtle signs that might have hinted at it, little things that might have happened, things they might have said, behaviours, choices, decisions, reactions they might have had, whatever. But then there are these misleading signs, things that might suggest the contrary was true to the realization. So, they weren't. They were behind it all along. Well, I would have thought that they weren't, because if I look back, they did that, they said that, they were here. You get what I mean? There were all these little misleading signs that might have suggested the contrary to the realization that happens later on. This happens all the time. You get screwed over by someone, but you look back and you think, oh, well, that's surprising because they did X, Y, and Z. They were nice to me. They were, they said all these things. You see what I mean? That's what a red herring is. And that's what clues are, if you want to think about it a little bit more clearly. Subtle signs and misleading signs. There you go.